June 29th, 2018, Timo Bernhard, Porsche factory driver, drove around the Nürburgring Nordschleife in an all-time, record-breaking 5 minutes and 19 seconds, using the highly modified Porsche 919 Tribute, the fastest race car ever made. It broke a track record that stood for 35 years in one of the greatest laps in all of motorsport history. It was a privilege to just have been alive during the moment this feat of engineering came together. Today, we take to Gran Turismo 7 with its rendition of the Porsche 919 Evo. However, we don't have the substantial modifications made to the Tribute version, so we have to make do instead by fully upgrading the car with an aftermarket turbocharger and placing it on the softest racing slicks in the game. Using all the track knowledge and ability I've gained in my 7 years of sim racing, will I actually be able to match this record? There's only one way to find out. Exciting times here as we count down 1, and it's a start, going through T-2 and T-1. As we line up for the Sabine Schmitz curve, the hardest thing is to know where the brake point is. It's so easy to under and overshoot, both equally catastrophic. We brake at the orange point on the right, hook it in, not too bad, bit of understeer on the exit. Decent exit here, no TC as you can see in the bottom right there. Flat out through here, this car has an insane wealth of aerodynamics. No worries, it's a Hudson Buck as we brake, drop a gear, do this whole section in fourth. Unbelievable gear ratios in this car, just hooking into all the turns, absolutely no problem. It's, well, I was gonna say it's almost like a video game, which I suppose it is, and would be if it didn't look the exact same way in real life. Blasting on towards Flugplatz now, this whole thing is flat, completely 100% flat, no worries. In Gran Turismo, it's possibly easier than actually doing it in a car with less aero and a car with less power, because so much of this is just flat foot and just get the steering right. And I think slight lift, no lift, flat out all the way through Schwedenkreuz now to Arenberg, down into fourth, hooks right in, just into that divot on the inside, massive grip on the inside of that turn. As we head down towards the foxhole now, flat out, there's going to be no lift. No lift emerging into Adenauer Forst. Oh, it was like, alright, 5% lift. I'll go to 5% lift, braking into Adenauer Forst. Pretty decent run through there. I'm pretty happy with Sector 1 now. Jumping up into Sector 2 past Jimmer's favorite tree. Cheers, Jimmer. Thanks for the video idea. Completely flat through here, no consideration. Brake as soon as the curbing disappears on the right. Down to third, keep it nice and tight up to fourth. Then we're going to brake, go down to third again. Nice and tight through here, a little bit of understeer through there. I would say it still has a bit of an understeer balance, this car, but it's very safe. Amazingly stable, even with TC at 0, and of course this is prior to the 1.13 handling update. This is with the loose rear end. Down to second, you can definitely see the understeer balance through the slowest corner of the track there. The car not quite hooking in quite as much as I wanted under braking. So maybe a brake bias adjustment to the rear could have helped me a bit. As the curbing runs out, we drop a gear, go down fourth. I overshoot, go too wide. We still survive though. And back up through here, that divot on the outside, not a problem. So much aero in this car, you just don't have to worry about it. Get your lines right, commit, and just go through. I can't imagine the steel balls this would have taken to execute in real life. Absolutely unbelievable as we go through the longest climbing section on the entire track. Massive climb through here, all flat out, up into, I believe, what's going to be 7th gear in this car because it has so much power on tap now. There we go, up to 7th, top gear. Trying to shorten my line as much as I can through here without going out onto the grass. I think this is flat in this car. Completely flat, not even a lift through there. That's, my God, it's inconceivable in anything else. I'm going to brake as soon as the curbing comes up on the left here. Down several gears, down to second, keep it nice and tight through here. Don't want to over accelerate and spin the car now, going into the carousel. We're going to do this a little bit differently to real life. Here we go. Bang, right in. No ripping out the aero from the underside of the car. We save ourselves a bit of time and fly out into Sector 3. You've never heard this before, absolute favorite section of any track in all of motorsport. Here we go, flat out through here, no lift required. Oh, okay, half a lift required. Don't, you know, do as I say, don't do as I do. Amazing grip through Sector 3, very different to that IA10 license test you have here in the AMG. Amazing through Whipperman, just blasting straight through. It is an absolute joy to drive this car on this track. Just hooking it in, I'm in absolute driving bliss right now. I've taken several takes at doing this, trying my best to try and beat the time, and I'm wondering, you know, if it feels pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good about how I've hooked it in, but will it be enough? Will it be enough to beat the substantially more powerful real-life 919 Tribute? Bearing in mind, of course, Teemo had to deal with the, you know, real-life consequences of potentially dying if he made a mistake. No such considerations for me. But I have to deal with less power, and I believe less aero as well. As we push on down to the curves now, I believe... is it even a lift through here? So, mate, it's like 15% lift through. Unbelievable. Like, the level of aero on this car is inconceivable. Mini carousel, not a problem at all. Let's go up through here. Flat out, I believe. Why do I keep saying that? It wasn't flat out. This is... Here we go, onto the final straight. I'm feeling pretty good about this. Looking at the time up there, Delta's looking okay. Compared to my prior runs, I know, or at least I'm thinking, if I don't mess up the deceleration section coming up here, I might be okay. But the deceleration section, I have to commit, and I mean commit. I'm even trying to cut the line here. I'm not even going out wide to the right to cut the turn. It's literally just, bam, this car doesn't need it at all. Now, watch how late I have to brake here. Look at this. Look at this. Right there. That is unbelievable. I'm like still grabbing the curb on the inside, braking for the last corner, down to second, hook it in. Really nice. Really nice. Use all the track across the finish line. 5 minutes, 18.346. I can't believe it. Just over a second quicker than the real life record. Now, yes, as you probably noticed, I cheated a little bit. I used the carousel, whereas the Tribute had to go around it in real life due to, well, presumably not wanting to rip all the aero out from the underside of the car. One could argue, had I taken the same route, it would have been around bang on the same time. Quite impressive, given that people consider Gran Turismo to be a quote-unquote simcade title. The lap times I'm getting are stupidly close to real life. Care to take a shot and try to beat my time? Then celebrate the occasion by grabbing a King in the Nord shirt. Maybe pick up some of the sweet Fanatec gear I used for this lap in the description down below, and subscribe for more GT7 Nordschleife hot laps. And of course, let me know in the comments below which legendary laps you'd like to see recreated. Until next time, I'll see you all later.